Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm going to be testing the Ferrari 488 GTB Challenge Evo in multiplayer in Asphalt 9 at Golden Max in its multiplayer season. And here are 6 sequential races that I played in the season against some very skilled players. And I will tell you, these are some of the most intense races that I've had in a while, especially being all in a row. I just knew that it would make for a perfect video. So please hit the like button and consider subscribing if you would like to see more cool races such as these, and also because at 36,000 subscribers, I will be uploading another Asphalt 9 music video that I'm really excited to share with you all, and we are now less than 200 subscribers away from reaching that milestone. The support has been insane over the past few days since I first announced it, and be sure to check out my community tab if you would like to guess what it might be. It shouldn't be in too long now. So the 488 GTB Challenge Evo, aside from having a very long name, is a pretty good car overall. It goes 227 miles per hour at max, which is 5 miles per hour faster than the HURACAN, which is the car that it is most often compared to. Because it is another high-end B-class car that's really nice to drive. It drifts very well and handles very well. Its acceleration is not as good as that of the HURACAN, but its top speed is better, so some people have suggested that it might become like the new HURACAN. I'm not really expecting it to, given that so many people already have the HURACAN, and I'm not sure how many people are actually going to end up maxing out this car, but it'll be interesting to see whether this or the HURACAN actually comes out ahead. I'm still leaning towards the HURACAN probably, simply due to its better acceleration and this car not having all that much better of a top speed, but I'm sure that whichever one is better, they will likely be pretty close on a lot of tracks. Now we're into our second race where we are facing 1% Knight, who's always at the top of the multiplayer leaderboards on Windows, so it's always fun racing him and just see what I can do. Now I know that going the left route there, which is the right route on the other way, is faster when you go the other direction on this track. Here though, I'm not entirely sure. It looked like it didn't really make too much of a difference in that case. I always just take the right route there because I get the barrel for some more airspeed and I just know it better overall. And it worked out okay in this case, as we do come in ahead again to take the victory for the second time. Now, something I want to address that some people have asked me about is why haven't I been talking about some of the drama that's been going on with, say, the Europe ESL and some other controversy that has happened in the Asphalt community recently. I generally don't like to get into drama that doesn't concern me. I feel like more than anything else, it just creates division, and especially when I don't have all the information about things, which I know I don't in this case. So yeah, that's why I haven't really talked about these sorts of things in my videos, and why I don't really plan to. So now more about this car. Its Grand Prix is going okay for me so far. We're now just in the first round, so I can't really say much about it yet, but even at 1 star, it actually feels like a pretty nice car to drive. It doesn't seem to have as much discrepancy between stock and max as the HURACAN does, at least in how it feels, and that was a very low barrel there. I was very afraid that I was going to wreck when I hit the other side. Thankfully I didn't. Here I knew that Knight was probably going to take the victory here. There was no way I was going to catch up to him, but I knew that there could be a slight chance that I'm able to pass the second place guy, so that is what I tried to do. I think I figured out how to best get through this section here, and to not flat spin off that bit, because that's what he did, and that's what allowed me to pass him at the very last second, and we actually ended up coming in the same frame, a 7.932. I might have mentioned this before, but there was a race in one season, I don't remember which one it was, a couple months ago, where I was in a 4-player race, and somehow I finished in the exact same time, like the exact same frame as 3 other people, so 4 out of the 5 had the exact same time at the end. I so wish I was recording that. Unfortunately, I wasn't, but I do have a screenshot of it. I will put a link to that in the description or the pinned comment or something, and no, it wasn't just that other people had not finished the race yet. You can see in the screenshot that everyone had finished the race. It was a very bizarre occurrence that I don't think will probably happen to me again. So we're again on Osaka against Knight and against Widowmaker in this case. And I have to say, I had a lot of fun driving this car in the season and probably will continue to, as I continue to play in it, and I've had fun in all the Ferrari seasons. I mean, they're just really fun cars to drive. So that makes me think, to sort of balance all these super agile cars out, wouldn't it make sense that the next update has some more top speed oriented cars? I mean, that kind of goes along with the Drive Syndicate that we know is coming. Those have always had some of the faster cars in them. There's been the Rimac and the Jesko, which are two of the faster cars in the game. So I don't think that's an unreasonable speculation, but we'll know for sure in a few weeks whenever the current season pass ends. It's a cool way that we can time the next update. Also guys, be on the lookout for something cool coming soon relating to the channel around Thanksgiving, so in just several days actually at this point. It's something that a lot of people have been asking for, so sort of as a thanks to all of you, I have finally made it happen. If everything goes smoothly, you all will know by the end of next week, and I hope you all will be as excited about it as I certainly am. My girlfriend Lilac Hughes helped me with it, so you know it's going to be good. So we are now back on Himalayas against Knight and Widowmaker, and Knight is right behind me, but this track is actually one that I have grown very comfortable with. Or this variant Frozen route, I should say. It's definitely one of my favorite and one of the most fun Himalayan variants to me, especially this section here in the cave. I've sort of mastered the art of going along the wall as long as I can. You have to be careful though not to go too high, as I have done sometimes when I was learning it, and then wreck on the top. But if you go a little bit lower and try to stay along the wall still as long as you can definitely pick up some good speed through there. And I've continued to maintain a little bit of a lead throughout all this section, and we take a final turn that I am quite proud of to take the victory in the second to last race. One thing that I noticed is that this car seems to be pretty stable overall, again sort of like the HURACAN in that aspect as well, compared to some of the other Ferraris like the A and S-Class ones, seem to be a little bit more on the finicky side in that department, at least for me. And now for this final race we have a battle against Megalodon, who takes the lower route, I take the upper route as I always have. I'm not entirely sure which one is faster, it seems like we come out about the same time, so they're probably very similar overall. But now it is time for my general review about this car. Definitely a good one to go for, I would say, especially if the HURACAN ever gets taken out of the B-Class Elite events. This will be a good one to fall back on, especially if you're able to start up, and it's in a Grand Prix, which generally are some of the easier events compared to some of the other like special events and Drive Syndicates and things like that. Overall, a worthwhile one to go for. It's got okay top speed for Class B, not the greatest, not the worst either, definitely above average. It's got pretty good drifting, handling, and the nitro efficiency and acceleration are decent as well, although not quite as good as that of the HURACAN. Overall, I give this car a thumbs up, and please consider giving this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt and other games content as we take the final victory, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!